I think we've probably got some people who are still recovering from spring break. That's okay. We'll just get on with things anyway. Uh, I know it's been a bit, so I'm going to review what we talked about last time a little bit, and then I'm going to go into some new material, and then I'll cover assignment 14. We'll move on to module 15 the second half of this week, and that's going to be a one-day module, but it's just going to kind of build on what we're covering here in 14, so it shouldn't be a whole lot of new stuff. If you remember, we're talking about object-oriented programming, and we made those adorable little virtual pets. But uh, the basics here that we need to remember is that a class is a way of creating a blueprint for something in Python. It's a way of grouping both data and code, actionable code, together in a package that allows you to create copies of that blueprint or build things, build objects based on that blueprint. So the class properties are where we keep the information about that thing. For example, we talked about a car maybe has a property called int wheels that represents the number of wheels that a car has. And each time I create a new instance of the car, I can have a different value for each instance in that number of wheels. So one car could have 6 wheels, one car could have 3, that sort of thing. Also, we talked about methods. Methods are a way of giving the thing, the object, a way of doing something. And it allows that object to have its own set of code and things that it can do independent of the other objects in a program. And so what we talked about is maybe a car would have a method called start car or drive or something like that. And so if I have a blueprint for a car, each car that I create from that blueprint can have its own number of wheels. It could be a different color. It could drive independently of the other cars. If I have a fleet of 100 cars, even if they're made from the same blueprint, if they're exactly the same model of car, if I drive one, that doesn't mean I'm driving all of them. And that's sort of how objects work independently of one another, even if they're based on the same blueprint. So each time I drive a car, it might drive the same way, but that doesn't mean I'm driving all of them when I drive one of them.